Sergeant Irby gives the signal.
Go.
And the team moves in. An officer fires a bore thunder shot from his 12-gauge shotgun. It's a blank round, but it delivers a deafening boom and a flash of light that momentarily stuns the inmates into submission.
Put your hands on your head, sir. Sit him down. Sit him out. Come right out. SRT uses the element of surprise for the simple reason that we need to catch them off guard. We used that bore thunder to get their attention. Everybody went to the floor, and we controlled the situation.
Many inmates think the force is excessive, but to Sergeant Irby and his officers, they're a population that needs to be controlled.
Hands on your head!
There's no talking.
SRT is zero tolerance. We're not going to put up with a bunch of talk and a bunch of moving around. We control the situation, and if we can't control the situation, then we'll shut it down. We control it. You move when I tell you to move. You talk to me when I want you to talk to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Separate your feet.
With the inmates stripped down and under control, the SRT fans out to search each inmate and each cell for any banned items. They'll hunt for tobacco, drugs, and the equipment needed to smoke it.
We found where they actually had little glass pipes stuck in stuff like this. First glance, it's straight see-through, you don't even notice it. So sometimes it's good to put it up to the light.
Officer Spaulding has served with Sergeant Irby for a year and a half.
One coming down. 14! Put your hands on your head. Keep your pants on. I don't want to see anything. Take your shirt off.
She knows that keeping nearly 100 inmates in line is dangerous business, and she takes her responsibilities seriously.
You know, zero tolerance. Sergeant Irby tells us zero tolerance, and that's exactly what we do.
Every corner and every object in the cell needs to be carefully checked. Even items that seem fairly innocent, like a plastic bottle, can become a dangerous weapon if it falls into the wrong hands.
So sometimes what they like to do is they take the cleaner and douse an officer with it, especially if it's bleach. So anything that is not in its original container is going to be considered contraband.
Inmates are constantly finding new ways to make weapons.
But what they'll do is they'll take that razor blade and they'll place it in between, and then they'll tighten this up with rubber bands, and they'll use it as a shank. Slice somebody open with it when they least expect it.
One of the items found today is a bottle of homemade alcohol, or hooch, which inmates can make out of fermented fruit, bread, and smuggled in sugar.
Inmates take anything they can that's sweet and put it with bread, and then through the stages of fruit, it ferments, and then it turns into an alcohol. They make an alcohol out of it. But the few guys that I know that have ever drank it have told me it'll make you sick if you drink too much of it.
For Irby and his squad, the hooch confirms that the contraband trade is still thriving. As long as inmates continue to deal in contraband, the potential for violence exists. And that means the SRT will need to keep the pressure on.